It's my pleasure to introduce this dynamic duo and to be here with you all this evening.
Chris, why don't you jump in with
Sure.
with the next bill?
The next bill is something that I think underpins most of our efforts when we think about a sustainable energy future. Typically, we're talking about transitioning from fossil fuels to electricity. And so if we do that and our grid is not a renewable grid, then we're not ahead of the game. And right now, we're on our path to a more renewable grid, but easily 40% of our energy comes from fossil fuels on the electric grid. So one proposal that we are working hard to get into law would be to shift our renewable energy standard, as it's called, which dictates what our utilities can do, to push to 100% renewable by 2030. That's further than the current law says and faster. And as we do that, to beef up the amount of small distributed renewable energy projects in state. We export far too many of our energy dollars, enriching energy producers in Quebec and in other states in the region. We should be keeping those money local. So the hope is to grow to at least 20% small scale in state. And then also make sure that we're doing our part to not just get, let's say, more renewable energy from older, large hydro, but to stimulate development in the region. It's not just about Vermont, but across New England. So there's a strategy developing to do that, and at the same time cap how much energy we get out of Hydro-Quebec. There are many who'd like to see that diminish altogether, but I think for this starting point, we can realistically say to our utilities, you've kind of got what you're going to get from Hydro-Quebec. So that bill is underway. It's a very interesting. We pushed something like this a few years ago, and now what we're seeing, that got stalled essentially by the pandemic. What we're seeing now is Green Mountain Power at the table with our partners at REV, Renewable Energy Vermont, which is solar and wind developers, and trying to come to an agreement. If they can come to an agreement, and there's some reason to believe they can, I think we have a great opportunity to push this 100% renewable with these other local benefits to our economy built in there. And if we don't do that, then we can't stop until we do that, because our grid has to be 100% renewable. Otherwise, the push to electrify is a fiction, and Vermonters deserve better. And we can do it in a way that protects ratepayers and strengthens our local economy. I'm confident of that.
Thanks,
Sarah.
Chris. So we've got environmental justice, we've got 100% renewable energy standard, and I'm going to switch gears and talk for a minute about resilience. So thank you so much for coming out tonight, and we'll see you again soon.